Right, hello, welcome back to another game, and we've got an English, which is kind of nice against the 2200, and let's go aggressive. E5, F5 against the English. Really weird ratings. 12 games of Rapid at 2200, but then 150 games of Blitz at 1785, 500 games of Bullet at 1900, Ultra Bullet 1672. So maybe that's good for us. He's got C4 in his name and he's playing C4, so whether this is just his like prep account for playing the English, or maybe this English repertoire stands up. Maybe I should have played E4 there. I don't know. E4, D3. Cool. We'll bring our knight out. Maybe we look to pin bishop B4. If theirs comes, we've kind of got to play H6, so I don't want to have some kind of combination of bishop and knight. So G3. I think we'll pin now. And I'm quite happy trading this bishop for this knight. The dark squared bishop in these kind of structures doesn't have a lot of play. Light squared bishop ideally sometimes sits on B7 because it kind of gets a bit of looking over here. This is a bit like a Catalan, but they've got the pawn on D3 rather than D4. Seems to be quite a lot of Catalans in the candidates, although maybe I should look at what I play against it. So my plan here, I want a castle, and then you can play quite an aggressive setup. You can play Queen E8, Queen over to H5, and then with D6 involved, and then you push in F4, and then this H3 square becomes quite pivotal. You can put your bishop here to try and trade off the bishop. You can throw your knight up to G4, attack on H3, move the F pawn out of the way, get castled, and then rook stacks on the knight. So, I mean, obviously really intuitive to follow with all those arrows on the board. Or they end up castling the other way, and then it's a complete waste of time. Cool. I'll wait for them to play A3 before I get rid of this knight. So I think we'll castle now. Play D6. Also wondering if E4 is ever a move. But we'll just carry on with this plan. I imagine some of their ideas, they'll be castling, they'll be looking to play A3. Say one of my... Yeah, and now I imagine even when the bishop takes, that actually pushing on F4 is sensible. So we'll throw our queen over. This is maybe interesting. Maybe meet that with this. Yes, so if here and takes, then here, and then probably here. Okay. Do I prevent something from coming to B5? Maybe play rook up. Let's carry on with our plan. Maybe actually knight here might also be a move. Not so much now actually that you've got your rook here. Still, yeah, okay. So do I end up dropping this pawn? maybe in some lines. If I end up like taking, then this rook becomes more powerful. So I think I just chop here. Maybe I can even just sack off the c7 pawn. It takes. Maybe we just throw it in here. You can take here, and I'll play this. What we drop back? I think we take here, and then we'll work out if we want to play like rook f7 or anything. You take there. Oh, I'm happy with this line. I take with the rook, and this is kind of a square that my rook wants to be on, I think. Kind of like f4 now. You're playing super quick, but I think this is fine. Like, I imagine you're trying to throw some stuff down here. I really need my bishop coming to some kind of favourable square. I think almost certainly up to h3. I'm happy that they've given me this rook lifting idea. Yeah, happy with this. I was like, maybe your idea is this, and then like your bishop comes down and takes on b7. And sometimes the other idea, you could have moved your, or you want to play. Three. Do we just move the knight? Which do we keep attention? Where do we move the knight to? Does it go on this kind of arc? I presume so. I don't think we trade bishops, do we? Ideally, I want to have a second rook here, which is going to be the one to suck for the knight, and I want to have a rook over here, so that we pressure here, but I don't want your king up, I don't think. Maybe you've got to start playing for some of this. This knight also controls this square, which is quite nice. So I need to get a checkmate and attack in, because otherwise, like, they're going to get a rook infiltrated. The queen can zip around. Some of my pawns get structurally damaged, so I need to cause more damage over on the king side. Right, it gives me a free like g5 at some point. So thinking I need to take the bishop off. G5. You go here. G4. You go here. That here. Or just play this here first. Lots of options. Yeah, this. Yeah, I don't think you really want your knight here. You give me some options. Like G5 just seems really inviting, but it's when's the right time for G5? Like I said, I can go here. I can push and you'll likely come back. And I can push again. Yeah, is that a line? So here, you come back. Check. Takes. You go there or something. I think in all lines I'd probably want to have a rook here though. Rook here, and then here, then here, then here, then here. And here. 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 That feels really dangerous. Here. I mean, you could maybe go back there, but that seems a bit stupid. I think I want that so I don't give you the opportunity of putting your rook there. However, maybe, or I can maybe, there's so many options. Or I can maybe play this to then kind of target this pawn of like some kind of takes and stop your rook from. Yeah. I go rook here, you come like here, I push, you go back. And then I win your knight. So maybe this is strong. Because if you come here, then takes. Even if you take here, then I'm check. You're back. And I get this guy. And I get a second rook in. I like this as my move. It's nice to have so many options. I think this was certainly a critical position because I had so many options, which is like I said, it's good. Either this, or this were the three moves. We've gone. Okay, and they played a move that we didn't look at. What does that do? Now can we come here? Then you can maybe come here, and then after takes. I don't have the same infiltration. Do we have this same similar line here? Here. Idea is now that you take. And I'm losing a G pawn, which is a bit scary. So this. Then this. Then takes. No, that's not as good. So I think we go for maybe one of the other moves is better than to play against H3. There. And what about just like takes. Nothing in there, really, is there? Well, does it win a pawn? Like takes, 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 takes. I go here. No, not even really, because you go here. I take this and you take there. So we'll come this way. I think push. I think we'll get takes, takes. Yeah, the more that this plays out, the more that I'm thinking this was not the right option, and maybe we should have gone for this g5, g4 move prior. I don't know. Takes, I think we have to take. So we'll remove that. And I mean, I'm wide open. But we have to hope that this is a strong threat. No, this is. Is there a sack? Suppose takes, 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 takes. Check. Well, this pawn is quite weak. So what if I just like throw a knight in? Then what, like rook here? Then does my plan work a bit better? So let's look at the sack line, and that might lead us to some transpositions later. So takes, 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 takes. I presume takes. Queen takes check. Maybe you just play here. I think this. Also stops this coming. So I think here we get this. And then here. And then here. Takes, takes, check. Pushing this pawn doesn't do anything for me. Takes, takes. Or do I go with the rook? No. I go with the knight. Like, is this ever a move? Check. Maybe that becomes a move. I was like, is there some kind of tactical sequence of check, takes, check? This is your only move. Yeah, so not here. So takes, takes. I feel like that's strong, but it does open up your queen. But takes, takes, knight here. Knight takes, check. We pick up the rook. That feels nice. I'll start that. Okay. I presume pawn takes. So pawn takes, knight here. 4 pieces on it. Oh, how boring. So I've got to take it, don't I? Ugh, yuck. So this is hanging, but I'm thinking I might be able to get away with taking here. So takes, because I have check. Yeah, and I think your knight's in trouble. So I think I can take. Maybe play this, but then I maybe pin you here, here, check. If you take here, I can put my knight here with a discovery and pick. Yeah. We're gonna take. Ooh, really? Check. And I think I'll then play like h6. Really? You think you can play that? I mean, what do I have though? Nothing really. Feels like that should be a move. So we're only up a pawn and we've got a really weak king and there's a weak h7 pawn. Interesting transposition for the endgame. And we're down horrendously on time. So here. So I have check here, but it doesn't do me anything. This? Is that a mate threat? It does look quite threatening, doesn't it? Ooh, how do you stop that? Yeah, fine. So you take there, I take there, that's mate. Correct? Correct. So I go here, how do you stop it? You play rook here, I pick it up. You escape here, I get this with check. Admittedly, it's then difficult to defend this pawn. But you come here. Maybe I just come here, you go there, and then... Yeah. This seems... This seems appealing to me. I do lose the option of h6 now. Like I say, this might fall. Yeah, but now I get this. Correct? Is there anything better? Oh, resigns. Let's go. Let's go. Interesting. So there was the one critical move that I'm interested whether my rook a to f8 was right. I feel it probably wasn't. So yeah, kind of real comfortable in this. I used to play the Dutch, so this is quite a Dutch-like structure. Yeah, fine. So it like d4. But what I played was relatively thematic. Yeah, just wanted me to take the knight. Fine. Yeah, I didn't think taking there, that seemed to help me. Push the pawn, yeah. Yeah, so this is all... Okay, knight d4. Fine, but yeah, okay. Yeah, that also makes quite a lot of sense because this knight is obviously a key defender of the h2 pawn. So if I can play this and then rook over, this becomes really difficult to defend. I'm surprised you trade bishops. Okay, because I would have thought, what if I just trade this way? Oh, then I can't double up. Okay. Yeah, noted that. Yeah, that does make more sense. Well, this is still a strong position, so we have to trade. What does it give each line? So g5 it says is best minus 2.2, then rook h6 at minus 1.9, then my move at minus 1.5. So of the three that I analysed, I picked the worst one. Actually, g5 and rook h6 are both around minus 0.2. This is about half a point less. So it's still, yeah, but I had the right idea, just in the wrong combination. So takes there. Take, oh, it says take first. This is still fine. Yeah, queen there is a good move. Oh, okay, knight there for this similar kind of reason. Knight there, king up. Yeah, rook f2 is a really nice spot. Then there is best. Knight here, and I presume then if you play on, we'll trade, and then yeah, and I go after the knight, and the knight can't take the pawn because you get trapped after rook f7 is what I was looking at in a lot of lines, like take here. Okay, fine, it says just go after it, but I thought this wins a knight, no? You can't come here, you can't come here, you can't come here, and you're attacked twice, and you can't give me a check or anything. So yeah, you probably come here. I'd have gone here, I would have thought. Oh, maybe that allows this. Maybe I just go here. Yeah. Cool, and I've got to run my H pawn, and I'm up in exchange. Maybe I can even play c6. That felt like a really nice game. Getting back towards 2200. Let's go.